Hello, let me make sure this is working properly. Now that I actually have my camera downstairs. There we go. All right, let me open it up so I can see comments. Fabulous. Okay. I don't know why I'm still blurry. I brought the good camera down. I don't know. How is everyone today? I can see people coming in. I am officially in my studio today, but my outdoor lights are on, so you're probably seeing the orange glare because the main room has these horrendously orange lights that I do not like, but I turn them off when I'm shooting just because, you know, colors. So welcome. If you are watching on YouTube and you have a question that you want to ask, the only place that I can see comments when I'm doing these live streams is in the Facebook group. So you want to make sure to go to the Facebook group at businessstraightup.com/community so that you can ask questions, see the studio, and basically ask as I'm going along. So we are going to chat today about studios and spaces and what does that all look like. I have a lot of photographers and creatives ask me about my studio, and it's been kind of a long journey. So I started specializing in boudoir in 2009, and I knew I needed a space. So I was actually shooting in my living space, not just my home, but where we actually spent our lives. So my living room. And I actually started on an air mattress. Those were my first boudoir shoots ever. We're on an air mattress. So no shame if that's where you're at. Everyone starts somewhere. If you don't have a studio and you're watching this and you're like, fuck, Brooke, I really want to do that, but I just can't right now. Totally fine. No shame. I started with air mattresses in my living area. We hung a curtain rod on the wall to hang up various backdrops, and I used shower curtain hooks to hang what I wanted. And you guys probably won't know what I'm talking about, but if you've ever done scrapbooking, then you'll know. There are these hooks that have clips on them. So it's kind of like binder clips, but with a hook on it. And so we would hook that onto the shower curtain hook, and then it had clips and I could hang up whatever I wanted from there. And usually it was a white sheet. It was not pretty. I do not recommend that, but it was what I had. And so I did it. So it worked for a while. And then I decided that my business was bigger than my space could handle. I had grown a lot. So in 2014, I moved into my commercial space, which was a loft downtown. Beautiful space. And actually, I'll probably talk about this in a podcast episode because I rented it initially with another professional. She was a wedding professional, wedding coordinator, and we were very close. It was amazing. I didn't have to pay the whole $2,500 a month myself. So that was good. I paid, I think, $1,800, $1,600 or $1,800. Hi, if you're coming in, make sure to say hi in the comments. So I didn't pay the whole thing myself. I did pay the majority of it, but I did not pay all of it. And then all of a sudden she just left. She just disappeared off the face of the earth. No one could get a hold of her. And she actually worked with a partner in her wedding planning business, and her partner couldn't get a hold of her either. So it was not just me, but I ended up having to completely rent the space on my own. And it was terrifying. It was $2,500 a month, but I did it without issue. It was amazing. I don't regret it at all. It was something that reminded me of, sorry, that's my alarm to take my vitamins. It was something that reminded me that I could do it, that I was strong enough to do it. So I don't regret it at all. It was not ideal, but you know what? It is what it is, and I learned so much from it. Say hi. I can see you watching. I can see the number change. I just don't know who you are. So say hello in the comments and let me know that I'm not talking to myself. And tell me where you're at. Do you have your own studio? Do you rent a studio? Do you shoot out of a spare bedroom in your home or your garage? Tell me where you're at, because if you're just joining and you missed it, I used to shoot in my living area. Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. I was just thinking about you today. So everyone starts somewhere, and not everyone needs a studio, and that's okay too. I have a lot of changes that I want to make to my studio. I think it's one of those things that is consistently changing and growing. The wall that you see behind me will be leaving in the next month. I finally got the replacement in after some drama, but that wall will be leaving and the new wall is going up, and it's amazing. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because it's super special and new and unique. So it is something that's constantly changing. I will say that I have certain areas that I keep going back to when I'm shooting, some things that I don't change because I just love them that much. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a studio today. Amanda said, oh, I love that wall. I do too, girl, but there's not enough walls in here. I mean, I guess I could put it out there, but I actually have something that I want to work on to put next to hair and makeup that will be kind of a whole different look. So it is constantly changing, ever changing. These are actually ceiling tiles. So if you're wondering what the texture is, they're ceiling tiles on the wall. It cost me probably $200 to do the whole wall in ceiling tiles. They are plastic and they're very light. I put them up with command strips. I got the idea from Jeff and Lori Poole. If you guys don't know them, they're amazing in North Carolina. And I got the idea from them. And Jeff told me he actually epoxied the ceiling tiles to his wall, and that sounded like a lot of work to me, so I used command strips. Natalie said, I've been shooting out of my home for 14 years, wouldn't change it. I hate commuting. Love the convenience and tax breaks and low overhead, and it forces my kids to keep the place clean. So that is very true, and that's something people don't talk about. I am a little OCD about the area that my clients walk through in my home. Has to be very, very, very clean. Now, the kitchen is not always as clean as I would like it to be, but for the most part, our home is kept very clean because I do have clients walking through. Now, what you're going to see today, I do have some boxes around. The new wall is sitting out there right now. So it's not 100% clean, but I have to clean it up this afternoon because I have a client tomorrow morning. So let's see. Amanda said, I need to come visit. Plus, I have something for you. Yes, you do need to come visit. She said, we have a goal with the property with a detached studio someday. There was an amazing studio available for sale a while back. It was just a few $1 million, but it had like all of these things in the back. It was amazing. So we do not have an outdoor space that I love here. That's why we're looking at potentially putting up another set out there. I just haven't figured out what that's going to look like yet. I know that right now the trend is to have studios that are full of stuff. I see that a lot, especially plants, rugs, vases, stuff like that. And I understand that you want to add stuff in, but quite frankly, I just love simplicity, and I kind of do in my own house too. So kind of a simple girl. I wouldn't say minimalist because I do love my stuff, like my fancy coffee mugs and stuff. Oh, my new one. But I really like things just super simple. I don't love a ton of stuff hanging on the walls or from the ceiling, stuff like that. I did put a Cinderella thing in here. It was actually mosquito netting in this back corner because it was actually first and foremost because my daughter's birthday party involved Cinderella that year. And we ended up shooting with it too. So lots of options when you have your studio in your home. And it's so many people are worried about that. And I will say I was too. When I first started, I was really worried about my clients coming in and seeing a stray Lego, especially because my son was young at the time and I was shooting in my living area. Like I didn't have a set studio that was set apart from my family. So it was very nerve-wracking to me to think, oh my gosh, what if they see a Lego? What if they, you know, and in the end, they actually told me that they felt more comfortable there because they knew I wasn't some weirdo creeper, that they were more comfortable taking their clothes off. Because if I can keep other humans alive, that's kind of a big check mark in my favor. And a lot of my clients are moms. So it didn't make them feel uncomfortable at all. I will say, no matter what studio space you have, make sure it's clean. And I'm talking like even the little stuff that you think people don't notice, they do. They really notice. Like little dust and stuff in the corners is very noticeable. And I know that's dumb and nitpicky, but I'm telling you, when someone is coming to take off her clothes, especially for boudoir, she wants to know it's clean. So say hi in comments if you're just joining. Let me take a drink of coffee before we go on a trip. Okay. I do have a detached webcam today from my laptop. I'm not sure why I'm still blurry because it's the fancy camera. Maybe it's just my laptop. Maybe I need a new one. I don't know. But I am going to pick up my laptop and walk around, but I'm going to hold the camera too. So if you are like motion sickness, maybe kind of Blair Witch Project-ish, I don't know. We're going to see. So let me pick this up and I will show you. So this is my studio main room. There's the door. You can see the horrendously ugly white or orange lights. And the mirror is in the corner. Now those walls are a different color than the rest and they will be painted. We just got new paint for that. So they'll be painted within the next month or so. As soon as those wall tiles come off. This is the wall that I was telling you about that will be removed in the next month or so. Softbox, obviously. This is one of my furniture pieces. I really, really love the color, but I don't really love the size. It's a very, very awkward size. You almost have to find a happy medium between a couch and a love seat. It's like kind of in between because this size is too short for someone to really lie down on, but a couch is too big and then it looks awkward. So this chair I shoot with quite a bit. Oh, sorry, right here. And then this is the wingback chair that I love. This is from Amazon. This one is super old. I don't know where it's from. This is from Amazon. Kind of an Amazon junkie. All right, let me come over. Cindy, hi. She said, where's that from? Just remind me if I don't say where something's from. And I will try to remember. So black chairs from Amazon. This is my mantle. It's kind of hard. Let me see if I can back up. That means I gotta bring the laptop. Hold on. So the laptop was on the chase. So there's the mantle with my crystal candlesticks. And this white chair is Francesca. Yes, she has her own name. Uh-oh. No, the camera just disconnected. Damn it. One moment. There we go. Okay, if you guys can just let me know in comments if you can hear me, because it just disconnected for a moment. Because I moved the laptop. The white chair is from an antique store. So I can't give you a link on that one. And you can see my laptop down there. So this wall is our brick overlay wall. And I talked a little bit about this previously and what a pain in the ass it was to do. And it was, but it's so worth it. And it's hilarious because I actually asked my clients where the height of their boob line is so that I could intentionally create the leading lines that I wanted because I'm a dork. So the wall goes up so that someone can reach up and touch the top, but it comes down and you can see it actually comes down under the window. And it's pretty continuous. It comes down through the mantle as well. This mantle, I should note, is not anchored to the ground. And the reason for that, it's also not anchored to the wall. The reason for that is because I am extremely, a little bit of ADD, and so I change my mind a lot and I move it around. So tomorrow, I may not want it there. And I want to have the option to move it if I so choose. Amanda said, oh my gosh, I remember measuring for that. Yeah, I asked all my clients and my girlfriends, like, can you tell me how high your boobs are? Because we wanted the leading lines exactly where I wanted them. And the brick overlay actually comes in this really, really ugly orange color. And then we put spackle on it and it is nailed to the wall, which I don't know if I'd do that again. I don't know. But it was not easy to do, but it works very well. In this corner, I have my screen. I actually learned that this was made for gardening. I had no idea. And now I just use it for posing, and it's really pretty. It's kind of a distraction. So it's one of those things that we talked about, kind of filling the spaces. But it's, again, movable because the light changes, right? And I have lights, I have strobes, I have lots of different lights, but the light changes. And ultimately I really love the window light. And so this gives me the option, sorry, you're probably hearing my dogs argue out there. This gives me the option to move it around and change things up a little bit if I want to. I've put it behind a bed too. So that's definitely an option. All right, this is the window. Let me see if I can move my laptop here without it disconnecting again. So the reason I wanted to show you the window is because, let's see, Amanda said, Justin definitely thought you were nuts. Yeah, I'm used to that. I go into hardware stores and I try and tell them what I was going to do. Like when I was telling them about the wall and I was trying to explain what I wanted to do, they're like, why do you want it to look like it's cut in half? So we got the saw, we got everything. But I wanted to show you the window well because it does not look pretty. And so I really wanted you to see that it's not pretty at all. But it shows the way that I want it to show in photos. So let me turn on, I don't know if. So when I turn on the ring light and I get this, the camera's auto adjusting. But when I have my own camera, I shoot in manual and I can control exactly what it looks like. So these lines that you see from the window well, you don't see it all in the photos. And that is how I like it. Shears that go all the way down because we play with them, we move them. I love movement in photos, so we play with them and move them around. Let's see out here. Oh, you're gonna see the doggies. The French doors. Anne and I actually worked really hard on those French doors. Out of everything in the studio, that was one of the most difficult. They're antique doors. I bought them because it was very hard to match the size of these doors. And so when I finally found them, they're antique. They were really ugly and old. And so we painted them white, which was a giant pain in the ass to do. And then I had a handyman come out and hang them because I was not about to try and level them out myself and figure that out. So I like to shoot out through the French doors, and I like to shoot in through the French doors too. It makes for beautiful silhouettes. And this is what I call the dark room. So when I'm writing out my shot list, I write down dark because that's just how I know this room. Now I will say the stuff that's going on this wall is not dark anymore. So it might need a new room, or it might need a new name, maybe the gray room. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to put the webcam back. Oh, see, it disconnected again. Okay. Disconnected again. All right. If you guys can let me know in comments if you still see it. I have to keep redoing it. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna walk you into the bedroom now and hope that it doesn't just come through the orange lights. Oh, it did. That's okay. This camera just does not like me today. Okay, here we go. Okay, these are the orange lights that I So over here I have shoes. I have my giant robe. It's really, 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 really long. This is another chair that I shoot with. I have a ton of furniture, ton of sample albums, fabric, different sequins, different backdrops. My wings are in the background. I know those are really big right now, and I understand it, but they've been around for a long time, guys. Ooh, I'm falling over stuff. All right, shoes, hair and makeup area. I've worked with thousands of women. I've been working on getting them up on the wall, but it's just a lot to do. There's my new ring light I just got. So let me talk about this rug real quick. See this rug out here? It's super obnoxious. It's bright pink. The reason for that is because if makeup falls on the floor, then you don't see it. So it works beautifully. Highly recommend. This is a new pair of shoes I have in size 11. Don't forget the big-footed ladies. This is one of my sequin backdrops with a ring light. There's a triptych of canvases. Like I said, it's a little out of sorts right now because I have been updating some stuff, so you'll see boxes everywhere. So that's the entrance to the studio room, and you can see the difference in light colors. There's our unfinished area where I keep tons of stuff. This is another piece of furniture because I have way too many of them. Those boxes over there are my new wall that's coming in. And you can see the snacks that I have set up for clients. This is where we do sales appointments, ordering appointments. And right now it is lingerie sorting because I have a ton of new pieces. And let's go in here. So this is the bedroom. And again, same window well, okay? It's not pretty. It's not made to be pretty. Let me get this turned on. Right, okay. So, oh, we disconnected again. There we go. Okay. There we go. The bed, right now the bed scarves are up, but we play with them a lot. I shoot through them a lot. That my mother told me I couldn't have. Damn it, it keeps disconnecting. My white tree. I have this fun bench down here. Lots of different textures. I love textures, crazy textures. The window, as you can see, just looks like a window. You can't see the ring light. You can't see the lines. You just have to know how to use your camera, though, if you're going to do that. Because I've had some students tell me, well, I tried that and I can see through it. And I'm like, well, then you need to figure out how to expose properly and use your camera properly to really use that. So I walk over here to give you kind of a different perspective. In the corner is a closet, which I'll show you in just a sec. There is the frame wall and the dresser, which has a ton of heel. Damn it, why is it disconnecting? There we go. And then come in the closet. Next time I should just do this with my phone, huh? My camera bags. Various fabrics, tethering cables, textures, fur coats, all the things. And right now I have a lingerie that is in so that, let me set this down. And let's get this back online since it keeps changing. I have, you guys know the type of stools that doctors use? I have one in each room so that I can move around effortlessly. It makes things very easy. The light is gorgeous in here, but I am going to turn around because it's definitely different angles. So that is where I shoot 95% of the time. I have some outdoor stuff coming up, which is a ton of fun. It's a little different. Gives me a chance to be creative. One thing, if you have a space and you're feeling bored, I would highly recommend inviting a friend who's a photographer to come and shoot in your space. Seeing how other people see your space is really eye-opening because you'll see angles that you haven't seen before. You've been in your same space for a long time. I've been here now almost 4 years in this space. And watching someone else shoot in here is extremely eye-opening. It's just kind of a refresh, right? It's something to remind you of some of the cool things that you have in your space that you may not be thinking of because you're bored with it, right? I get bored very easily. Again, that little bit of age or a little bit of ADD that just kind of floods it. Next time I do this, I'll do this on my phone so that the stupid camera stops disconnecting. Do you guys have any questions about any of this? I need my coffee and it's in the other room. Hey, Kaden, will you bring me my coffee, please? So it comes in handy to have a helper. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Cindy said, damn, that's one labor of love. I think we were talking about the brick. Yes. Yes, it was. I think the new wall might be more. I don't know. We'll see. The new wall is going to go up with command strips again because I live by command strips. They're amazing. Thank you. My husband recently had to do something at work where he had to mount a computer under a table. He's like, I just don't know. I'm like, command strips, they're life. They save everything. If you're watching on YouTube, again, come into the Facebook group at businessstraightup.com/community to ask questions, to ask more about how I used to shoot before I had a bed. I used an air mattress and white sheets, and I cringe now when I look back at the photos, but you know what, it was where I was at, and we have to honor that. And so often we look at people's stuff and we're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, I could never have that. Sorry, my dogs are coming in now. But we have to remember that everyone starts somewhere, and a lot of times you're looking at someone else's 5 years down the line when you're only 1 year in, and you have to remember that the journey matters. So don't compare yourself. There is no comparison. The webcam disconnected again. Okay, it might just be the laptop. Maybe I need a new laptop. I really don't want to get a new laptop, but oh well, it is what it is. So never compare yourself to someone else. You don't know where they're at. You don't know, maybe someone previously in their previous career, previous life was an interior designer, and you look at their studio and you're like, holy shit. Now, I am not a designer. I am not very good at decorating. That's why I keep things super simple. But it also helps me to keep my clients first and front in the photo. They are the focus of the photo. I have some new light sets that are going in. The lights just arrived. The fibers just arrived yesterday. So I'm doing some new stuff. I'm really excited. There's a new wall I want to do. I haven't done it yet, but there's so many options. And remember that too, that when it comes to your studio, it's another opportunity to be creative. Because we as artists are naturally just very creative, right? Like we're constantly looking at creating something and how can we use this light? How can we use this background? How can we do this? Remember that your studio then turns into another way to be creative. So it is now a way that you can build something that you. And the camera went off. Fucking A. Sorry, y'all, I swear. If you haven't been with me long, you'll learn it. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone need help with anything? Or Cindy said, gotta head back to the office. Yeah, so many of my students have the day jobs, so I totally understand. Maybe we'll do something at night too, but I don't know, man, at night I'm just kind of spent. I run 2 businesses, I homeschool 2 kids. At night, I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. So let me know if you have any questions. Even if you're watching on the replay, #team_replay, make sure to say hi in the comments because I can see you watching. I know you're there. Say hi in the comments, wave, and let me know if you have any questions, like where I got anything. A lot of these frames on the wall are from Goodwill because I couldn't find big ones. That was really hard to find, and these people wanted $200 for a large frame. My dogs are going nuts. And I was not willing to pay $200 for a large frame that was really not that large. It was only 14 inches tall. So, hi, Raya. Nice to see you. I think, here, I'm going to close this door. Someone's at the door. Dogs are going crazy. Let me know if you have any questions, where I got anything. I think the bed is from Wayfair. The dresser is from IKEA, which is not my favorite, but I do like this set. The tree is from At Home. If you have not been to that store, it is dangerous. If you enjoy stuff like this, it's like the size of like Costco. It's huge, but it's all home stuff. So it is definitely dangerous, especially for me around Christmas and Halloween. They have kick-ass Halloween decorations. So lots of fun stuff. But let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can answer. I'm really an open book. I haven't shared my studio before because I didn't think it was a big deal. It's not super fancy. Like I said, I keep it simple. But you know, you don't have to have a crazy big studio to run a successful business. And that's what so many people miss. They think they have to have this big space. And guys, I had a space downtown, 1,600 square feet. It was a loft. It was beautiful, beautiful. It was an antique building, beautiful arch windows. It was amazing, but it doesn't matter. Okay, having a beautiful space is great. And if it makes you feel more confident, then by all means do it, because your mindset will be the most important thing when it comes to building your business. But you do not have to have it. Do not let it stop you from moving forward in your business, because you don't have to have it. I built my studio. I didn't have my first, actually, yeah, I did. My first 6-figure year was in 2012, I think. I'd have to look back. And that was when I was still in my home space. And not just a home studio like I have now, because this is custom built into my home. We had to argue and fight for the customizations that you see in here, because the builder was not willing to do that. But we fought for them, and I got them, which is amazing. But I used to shoot in my own living area. You don't have to wait for something to be perfect or to have the right space to move forward with your business. Keep moving forward, regardless of where you're at right now, because the best step is always the next step. And it just takes tiny ones constantly. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to share anything that I know. I am an open book. I just don't share a lot because it doesn't seem very exciting to me. I'm kind of bored with my studio right now. Quite frankly, that's why that wall is getting ripped out. And I'm probably going to build another set in the corner where I showed you where that sequin backdrop is. Probably going to put something in there, but I've been talking with my dad, who's an electrician, on how to light the walls because I want it to look like it's outside. We just don't have the space to do outdoors here. We don't have acreage. We don't have land or any of that. So I want to create a set that looks like it's outside. And I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll figure it out. Have an amazing rest of your day.